15 points off 14 Jacksonville turnovers for Florida Memorial. Going to have a chance to add to that here. A huge reason, maybe reason number one, while they're still hanging around in this ball game. Trailing by 16, feeding the post. Harding, who has already scored down there a couple of times with a double move and gets fouled. So once again, we'll see a line at the free throw line. Third foul in the second half called on Jacksonville. 0 thus far called on Florida Memorial. Really, we haven't seen a whole lot of, I'm going to knock on wood here, Artis, but we haven't seen a ton of fouls called in this ball game in total.
On the team, absolutely.
Yeah.
But,
just a 10th foul called on Jacksonville in the game compared to 6 for Florida Memorial.
Most of the majority of these players, the way they play with such an awkward movement, it makes somewhat of a challenge for the Dolphins to play to defend.
Harding missed on his first free throw attempt. It's just his 7th of the year. Good on that one. He's now 3 for 8 on the season, and he will take a seat. Checking back in for him, Clive Smith, the senior from Miami, who has been quiet tonight despite averaging just under 7 points a game and just under 6 rebounds a game. Another full court pressure put on by the Lions. Dolphins get it across. Pettis will slow things down to the half court now. Austin back out. They take a little time off the clock. Pettis with under 10. Into the middle, Babineau spinning right hand high up over the leaping arm of Smith, but could not get it to fall. Here's Adoob. Cut off on the baseline. Has to throw it back up top. Both defenses settling in and forcing teams into extended half-court possessions here lately.
Well, that's with Adoob. That's one thing you want to do. Force him to take the ball, take it out of his hands.
He's got it again. Fakes a 3. Got White in the air, tried to draw the foul, and will get called for a shot clock violation. So good defense. 3rd shot clock violation called on Florida Memorial tonight.
That was a good job by the officials not calling a foul.
That is another point of emphasis this year, not necessarily granting that easy up fake, just jump into the guy as a foul all the time anymore. The old Paul Pierce, I call it.
Yes, absolutely.
He perfected that move.
He was one of the best.
Adeyeye into the lane, high up over the top of Smith, but Smith was able to change the shot just enough to where it doesn't go in. He's had an impact at just 6'5". He can leap.
Good job by Florida Memorial, just not just packing it in and not allowing the Dolphins to get that easy, uncontested shot.
DeAndre Dixon rattles in his first 3-pointer of the night in 3 tries. Back within 12 are the Lions, hanging around. White drives the baseline. He's been awful quiet tonight. Adeyeye for 3 again, too long. Loose ball. It was last touched by a Lion, so Jacksonville able to pick it up on the other side of the timeline. There's White for 3 from the other corner, and it's good. Marcel White finally hits another 3-pointer, just his 2nd of the game in 3 tries. He's got 8 points. For a man who's a leading scorer on this team, there's Adoob, who finally hits a 3-pointer to answer the one from White. He was 0 for 7 prior to that. Back to 12. Dawkins fights through the heart of the Lion defense to get it across. Really showing the versatility of the ball handlers now for Jacksonville. Babineau through contact and one opportunity upcoming.
Well, that's what we are accustomed to seeing Babineau do, just to really attack the offensive basket, but he have not had that much success. But certainly that was great execution in that.
Corey Babineau now with 12 points. Foul called on DeAndre Dixon, who just hit that 3 a moment ago, the freshman from Boynton Beach. That is just the first foul called on the Lions here in the second half. Two teams have combined for 4 fouls here. The 3-point play is completed. Jacksonville has been able to take advantage of a couple of opportunities to do that tonight. Whistle and a foul called away from the ball. It's going to go against Adieye for battling down low with with Shaquille Harding. That's the 4th on JU, 1st on Adieye. Having trouble getting it in, finally does. Dorisman feeds the post, trying to get Harding going. Double team, tipped by Babineau, up over the outstretched hands of Brazil, so it will stay with the Lions.
Boy, it looked like very little time ran off the shot clock.
Again, the size of Babineau causing trouble for Brazil on the inbound, but he does get it in. Dorisman, who came out with his hair on fire in the start to second half, has been quiet since then.
Well, the Dolphins closed that gap defensively against him and not allow him to have that shot.
Tough shot from Brazil, and he gets it to fall. The deficit again, just 12. Dawkins with the double team, gives it up. Babineau to the corner. Adieye sets up for 3 again. Halfway down, and it comes out. Here comes Brazil, pushing the tempo for Florida Memorial. Finds the trailing Dixon, but the good defense forces them to slow things down. Feeding the post. Adieye jumps it and forces the steal. Babineau the other way. The floater left it short. And it's picked up by Dorisman. Dorisman, it's a 1-on-5, and he'll slow things down wisely. Deep 3 again from Brazil, and he rattles it in. Boy, he's got a funny-looking shot, but he's 2 for his last 2. From behind the arc is Brazil after missing 4 of his first 5.
And they've cut the lead to 9.
To just 9, single digits for the first time since before the end of the half. Foul called. DeMontrez Austin was the one harmed. It was going to go against Andre Brazil. And it'll just be the second foul, means that Jacksonville will have the basketball. They're trying to put an end to a bit of a run here for Florida Memorial when we return to Swisher Gym and college basketball on ESPN3. Academy Sports is Two teams have combined for 11 made threes here in the second half after combining for just 4 in the first half. Jacksonville has seen their lead, which was once 18, shrunk in half. It is now just 9. A lot of pressure. White is able to escape it initially. Babineau turned away. Fernandez back on the floor. Up and under, drops it off. Elman Esterly is able to finish.
Great job, even though they were putting a tremendous amount of pressure on the Dolphins. They was able to penetrate and get to the basket and certainly finish with Omar.
9 now for Elman Esterly in his first career start, the junior from Alexandria, Egypt. And the lead is double digits again for Jacksonville at 11. Feeding the post. Harding, no good. Rebound White. White is going to push it. Fernandez, so slick with the basketball. Babineau, elbow jumper, soft touch. 4 straight out of the timeout for Jacksonville. Elman Esterly and Babineau. Babineau now has 15 to lead all scorers. And another miss and another rebound. Babineau with the spin move in the open floor. No look pass to the corner for White. 3-pointer is rattled in. 7 straight for Jacksonville. 70-54. It was 1 point, just a 9-point lead. It has quickly been expanded out to 16.
Yes.
And Florida Memorial is going to use their last timeout to try and slow things down. Boy, that's a great finish from Omar Elman Esterly to get things rolling coming out of the timeout. Babineau doing what he does best. Unconventional shots, soft touch, and then a great pass. They left a good 3-point shooter in Marcel White, who shoots just under 40% for the year from behind the arc. Open for 3. He's now 3 for 4 from deep in the ball game and is now top double digits himself. He has 11.
Yeah, well, we're looking to start with that pressure. They were putting a tremendous amount of pressure on the Dolphins. But Fernandez was able to break it down, certainly get to the basket, drop that pass off to Omar, and Omar finished, and so there we go, off to the races again, allowing the Dolphins to expand this lead.
I think one of the underrated aspects, Artis, of this season, and I don't really want to ask Coach Jasek about this after the game, but having two guys that you're confident of to run the point this year. Remember, Corey Babineau ended up having to play. He's really a two-guard, but he played the point much of last season. This year, whether it's Darian Fernandez or Cartree Pettis, two guys that are true point guards, quote-unquote, and you can see the difference in the offense.
Well, we talked about what happened to Babineau last year. Even in Florida State, you know, Fernandez got in foul trouble, so it just puts an awful lot of pressure on him to handle the ball.
74 points a game for Jacksonville this year after averaging 68 last year. I think the point guard is a huge part of that. There's the point guard right now. Fernandez putting pressure out defensively, or he's extremely underrated. Here's Zadoob all the way in, an NBA drive, and it's tipped up and in after the miss by Harding.
I was going to say European with that skill pop.
Yes, he took a lot of steps on that drive. Fernandez drive, stopped. Now he'll step back and has a shot blocked by Bird. Brazil back to Bird, who thought about a really long three and thought better of it. 14-point lead for Jacksonville, trying to keep it that way. Meanwhile, Florida Memorial trying to get it a little bit closer. Had it 9 a few moments ago. No good that time from Harding. Crashing the offensive glass was Dixon, but he knocked it out of bounds. So it will be Jacksonville basketball.
Again, I just continue to emphasize what Omar was able to do, taking a one-on-one, you know, was able to handle it on the low box.
The post defense has been awful good. Pressure again, a lot of contact there. Pettis is able to get up, maintain his balance and the dribble, and get it across.
Well, a good job of just the Dolphins just slowing that down.
There is a foul called on the entry pass on Clive Smith, trying to get it down to Elman Asterly, who's bumped out of the block. It is just the third foul called on Florida Memorial, so it'll be an inbound opportunity. Quick inbound, Babineau. Back out to Pettis. Babineau sizing up the defense. Straightaway three-pointer from Dawkins, and it's good again. Darius Dawkins, 4 for 5 from deep.
Well, you know, that was a part of the problem last year. The Dolphins not having that outside perimeter shot at all. I mean, they really struggled from that area.
73-56, under 5 to play. Long baseline jumper, Clive Smith converts. Smith is able to get on the board, his first 2 of the ball game. Pressure underneath, almost got a takeaway. Long arms from Dawkins corralled it, and he slings it out to White across the timeline. Pettis driving the baseline. Bounce pass to the corner for White. White through contact, and he'll be called for the offensive foul. Going the other way. A lot of bodies on the floor after that one.
Yeah.
And Smith, I think, took a shot to a bad spot. He's going to have to sit down for a moment. He did manage to take the charge successfully. That's the 2nd on Marcel, the 5th on Jacksonville.
Well, you know, I credit this Florida Memorial team. They've done a great job of this foot movement.
No hesitation from the official that one, calling that offensive foul. Can the defense step up here? Three-pointer on the way, no good, out of the hand of Eden Narama. And a rebound for White and the Dolphins. Marcel all the way across himself, and he's fouled out on the perimeter. Fouled by Andre Brazil, and that means that Jacksonville will have the basketball, leading by 15 when we return. Final media timeout of the contest. Jacksonville trying to pull away and finish this one out.